I was looking through the window of the NICU nursery or whatever and like just bawling because I wanted to see my brother so bad. And I just remember that, and I had to wear a mask and everything. And so from that beginning, like, that was the start of my experience with Jesse. And he's the happiest of everyone. He complains hardly at all. Just in general, like, he brings so much joy to our family.
We have a beautiful dress.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at her.
Oh,
Look at her.
you're so sweet. Oh, yeah, we're best friends, aren't we? Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. Fun day.
Jesse's big, what did we call it?
Fun day.
Jesse's fun day.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have a party.
Yep.
Those two are like two little peas in a pod. They have that special bond. They Skype every Saturday when Stephanie's in Atlanta. And he just really looks forward to that. And he misses it this summer. Even though he gets to see her, he can't wait to Skype with her again. So.
Oh, I love you.
Aww.
He always gives me kisses. We're
Yeah.
best buds, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so Jesse, how about you tell us what your favorite things to do at the lake are?
Boat ride?
Boat ride?
Dance a boat?
Oh, what kind of music do we listen to?
Cheeseburger of fries?
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Nice! Paradise!
Gnarly, man.
Jesse's surfing.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Whoa! Picking up the phone.
His foot phone.
Yeah.
You're less flexible than me, aren't you?
Oh, no!
Da, 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 da,
I guess I didn't ever have to question that she would accept him and that it would be a good bond, because it was right away. And one thing that was so cute is we had one of those little Tykes cars, and so we'd put Jessie beside her. It's not very wide, so Jessie would be sitting on a seat, Stephanie would be sitting there, and they'd be cruising around in that little car, and they'd wave, and it's just the cutest thing ever.
It's interesting because life with Jesse was just so normal. It was never, like, I knew in my mind that things were different, right? Like, it took him longer to walk, these different things, but other than that, like, it was so normal that it didn't sink in totally, I think, until I was more of an adult and looking back on my life and realizing, oh my gosh, what a blessing to have Jesse.
Jessie was born, and then the doctor said, "Oh, I think we have a problem here." And I thought she meant with me. And she said, "I think he has Down syndrome." And I just remember saying, oh no, oh no. And I know God was helping me, because just right away I accepted it. And I was a little scared because I didn't know that much about it, because not having really firsthand experience or even really knowing anybody with Down syndrome, I didn't really know what that all meant.
Do you like having Down syndrome?
Yep.
What about having Down syndrome makes you so special?
Happy?
Yeah, you're happy. What else?
The boys make me happy.
The who makes you happy?
Georgia boys.
Georgia boys. Who's that?
This too.
Oh yeah!
We paid him $10 to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You're
Yeah.
awesome. Jesse, you make friends quickly, don't you?
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have fun today.
How are we going to kick off the super fun day?
A good morning music.
What are we gonna do while we have the good morning music?
Hot cocoa.
Let's go, Jess!
Morning. Yeah.
Any diagnosis of a baby can be scary for parents and families, and it is, I understand the scary part because we're fearful of the unknown, Yet when you know what it's like to have someone with Down syndrome, it's the greatest gift. I've literally said, and my mom would, if you asked her, she would say, oh yeah, Stephanie has prayed for a baby with Down syndrome, which sounds crazy, but it's true. That having a child with Down syndrome is truly just such a gift, and because of that, I want other people to know. Like, I want them to see it by extension of Jesse, and by extension of, I guess, our relationship.
What?
Really good, Jess. How did you learn to color so good?
Jesus?
Jesus taught you?
Yeah.
How did he teach you?
Yeah.
Oh, because he gave you all the skills to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I believe it, Jess. Jesus gave you lots of skills.
He fell asleep. Oh no.
Yes. Are you sleeping?
Jesse, you fell asleep for a second.
That's really neat.
What?
See, exactly. Like, that's why, like, if you were to make it in...
Funny, right?
We waited a little longer. We waited like 3 years, and then we had another son. So there was 3 years between Jesse and Skylar. They kind of developed as twins almost when they were little. We had 2 cribs in the same room, and they'd get where they could stand in them, and they'd talk, blah, blah, whatever, back and forth. And when Jesse was able to start kind of learning to walk, he had a little walker that he would hang on to, and that was the cutest thing. I mean, he had that in school. And he had it was actually a little backpack, but it looked like a huge backpack on him. And it was so cute. He'd have this backpack on and be in that little walker going through the hallways in school. And when he learned to actually walk without that, it was because of Skylar.
And he would sometimes take Jesse's walker and walk around the house and stuff. And one day we were at my grandparents' and
Skylar had just started to walk. And he was walking between us. And then Jesse, we stood him up, and he walked between us.
we were totally surprised, and he was 4 years old, and we were told it could be a while for him to walk. And I mean, we were just so proud.
She has been so proud of Jesse, and she told me when he was a baby, she goes, I didn't know anything. I mean, I didn't know he had Down syndrome. I just loved him. He was just my little brother.
Because of Jesse and who he is and how much light and love and everything he brings to our lives, I was just so excited and proud to show him to my friends, and I really wanted my friends to, like him. And I didn't have to do anything. Like, I just introduced him, like, oh, Jesse's so amazing. And he just, everybody loves Jesse.
The teachers have told me that Jesse changed his whole class. That class had become more compassionate, more accepting, more loving. I never had thought about it that way. I just thought they're good kids. He got in with some good kids, but he actually helped form those good kids without knowing it.
He went to prom with one of his best friends, who, by the way, I just learned that she's the president of the board of the local Gigi's chapter. She mentions her relationship with Jesse. That was a big reason that inspired her to become involved with Gigi's. He learned to read and write. He graduated high school with the rest of his class. He was the manager of the varsity basketball team of his friends of his class for 2 years.
He'd pat him on the back when they got off the bench and tell him good job, and they just accepted him and loved that. And Jesse's always been a supporter of people.
Jackson, you're good making a movie.
Oh, thank you.
And he's always happy for you when you do something good, have some success, or if you're having a bad time, and pat you on the back, give you a hug. He's a real hugger, I suppose. You've probably discovered that maybe, but he loves to hug, and he's just very loving. Loves people, loves everybody.
I love you, Jackson.
I love you, dude.
Yep. Water ball?
Water bottle?
No, a game.
Oh, ladder ball. Yes. Okay, we're going to have to show him how we do that too.
Yeah.
Are you going to beat me? I'm going to try to beat you.
Why?
Because
This is a game.
it's a game, exactly. That's why I want to try to beat you. Are you going to beat me?
Nope, it's a game.
You're going to let me win? Oh, we're both going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good sports.
Yeah, we're going to be good sports. You're right. Because you're sweet. I love you too. But you're still doing
Whoa! I love it.
Good job.
It's fun video.
I know. It is fun, I bet.
Yeah! Dude! Dude! You did it!
Jesse has this other sense about him, and my dad says the same thing. He will know if something's wrong. No one else knows. You're not showing it. I don't know how he knows.
Are you concerned about people when they get hurt?
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you send people extra love?
Prayers.
Prayers. Yeah. Yeah, Jesse, that's one thing too. Jesse never lets us forget to pray before we eat together, right?
Yeah.
He's always reminding us to pray. And he prays for us. One time I had our little baby boy, he's 8 months old now, and I asked Jesse to babysit him. And so he was playing on the ground in the living room, and I peeked in, and Jesse was on his hands and knees praying over Liam.
Yeah.
And asking God to help him sleep well that night, because he didn't sleep well the night before. And that night he only woke up one time.
Jesse, what do you think of Liam?
Cute. I hold him. It is.
Yeah, you're really good at that too. Jesse's very good at holding him.
I love Liam. I love you. Liam love me ear.
Yeah.
And nose.
Jesse does that. He does that to us too when he's trying to love us. He goes like this.
Yeah.
My parents always talk about I had to grow up really quickly. He was born when I was 2 years old, and they had to spend more time with him. And they sometimes talk about it in a sense that, like, oh, too bad you missed out. But I always tell them, like, I did not miss out. Like, I gained so much more from growing up with Jesse than I ever would have gained from just, having more time with my parents or whatever it might be. So what if I had to pick out my own clothes or whatever it might have been? Like, his love has brought out our love in our family. He's made our family so much more tighter and close-knit. He's kind of the glue, if you will.
Stephanie and Sam, Sam is right on board, feels the same way she does. And they've already said, someday, like when Steve and I cannot take care of Jesse anymore, they would like to have him live with them. And wow, I mean, Sam said that like right after they're married. I mean, it's like, wow, and is that a big deal to us? And so that just shows the love and the bond that they have. It's not like an intrusion. It's like, welcome, be part of us,
What else do you love to do at the lake? What do we do?
The foot whoppers.
Oh, the foot floppers. Are you going to show them how you do that today?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I used to go really crazy too. Not quite.
That is talent. That is so talented.
Thank you.
It's something Jesse came up with many years ago when we were trying to get him to swim, and he didn't want to swim.
One more.
One more.
Yep.
Magical.
Oh, now the others.
There. All right, we did it.
I definitely feel as an adult he molded my life and really my trajectory of what I would go on to do. He has so much light. I want that to reflect for other people to see it. It's led me to start a podcast called the Love Light Stories podcast, where people share their own personal stories of walking through a difficult place and coming out on the other side. But also, for me, it's purpose filled, because I feel like that's part of my purpose as well, is to, in addition to the podcasts, just trying to do more things with Jesse and living life and loving each other. And do you want me to tell you what I love about you most?
Yeah.
I love how happy you are, how much fun we have together, all of the love, all of your hugs and kisses. Who's your best friend?
You.
Oh! That's right. That would be my answer too, Jess. We're lucky, aren't we? Thank you.
Jesus loves us.
That's sweet. Is that what you want people to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a Big John?
Big John.
You?
I don't know.
David did. Hey, David.
Yeah,
You a Big John?
I'm a Big John.
You are?
Yeah.
Why?
Big John.
The Big Fat John. Call it a wrap, Jackson.
Okay, all right.
Call it a wrap.